That's an ATV trail. Somebody got lost.
Archaeology, how stones reflect the psychic state of mind of the king. We can look at the overdoing of the opposite.
Very, very lost.
He constructed a huge system of water systems containing an amount of millions of gallons of water,
Yep.
40,000 cubic meters, enabling him to sustain an army of 10,000 soldiers for a period of several years of siege.
Well, that certainly tore that up nicely. Wonder where he's gonna go now. Keep going down the ATV trail, or... Yep. Gonna keep going down the ATV trail. Well, I guess that's one way to get onto the trail in a Jeep, even if it's the wrong trail. Hello, everybody. Well, we're redoing this path here. Don't know if I really showed it much in other videos, but we'd already sort of torn out some of the wrecked patio stones and stuff that were here, and we'd had just some red mulch put down. But that was still looking like pretty haggard and whatnot. So Ash really liked the idea of using river rock and the slate. So we got a half a yard, and that only got us to there. So now I gotta fill that in with the help of Hudson, right? Right, Hudson? You gonna help me? Yeah. With that river rock there. But for anybody who thinks that Rams can't haul weight, because what you hear left, right, and center is, oh, they don't hold weight, they squat, you know, oh yeah, it's a nice ride, but can't haul much. Well, it's basically sitting level, and that's a half a yard of river rock in the bed. So I would put that at least 1,000 pounds probably, worth of rock. Give you an idea. Right, that's a good chunk of rock. Like I said, that's what that was. So yeah, and I mean the truck itself, coming home, you'd never know it was back there. Like, it wasn't until you really hit the bumps sort of thing that you noticed there was any weight over the rear end. But for those that don't know, the reason why people kind of say that these things can't haul, etc., is because unlike other manufacturers, which are leaf sprung in the back, these use coil springs. I can get, yeah, they use coil springs. So they're very large coil springs. I don't know if you can actually see from this angle. There's the bump stop. Yeah. Let's see if I can get the bump stop. There's a shoe. Easier if I'm going from the back. But yeah. So it's pretty close to the axle there. It's not riding on the bump stops, but yeah, so this is pretty close to its what Mopar considers its maximum load. What they'd be happy with it sitting at going down the road. Muffler still looks great. Still sounds great. But yeah, so they're giant coil springs back here, whereas Chevrolet and Ford, Toyota, Nissan, as far as I know, they're all still using leaf springs, which I can actually show you on our trailer over here what leaf springs are. So that is a rod that's of spring steel that's been wound round to make a coil. These are, let's see if I can get that there. There we go. These are flat sheets of steel that are just bound together, and it deforms as you go down the road to actually give you the spring effect. Generally, I mean, that's what they used on horse and buggy, and that, like, leaf springs been around for eons, and they hold a ton of weight, and they ride like garbage and don't handle worth a damn. But they're really easy to modify, raise, lower, and like I said, they'll hold a metric ton. Coils, sort of quote-unquote newer technology. You can do all kinds of things with the spacing of the coils and that to change rates, and you get a really nice cushy ride. They handle fantastic, but the trade-off is it doesn't hold as much weight as nicely. So yeah, just before I start laying this down, I figured might as well make a quick video and show some people that no, these Rams can actually hold a good chunk of weight. Like I said, that's it's not a small amount of rock by any means. So, alright, no more excuses, better get to it. We'll talk to you later. Okay, maybe a couple more excuses. I got a little ways of laying it just so, and now I just started tossing it out of the bed because, yeah, it looks like it's going to pour. And I really don't want my 5,000 pound, 5,500 pound unloaded truck sitting on my lawn with another like 1,000 pounds worth of rock. So, got about halfway done, give or take. And, yeah, start chucking it. I might have that thin enough that I can use the rake to try to spread it out instead of trying to lay it individually just to speed things up and whatnot. But it'll look good. But anyways, just thought I'd sort of clarify something there. When I said that coil springs, you know, they're better for being tunable and that, what I mean is you can wind a coil spring so that the coils actually end up being tighter. The tighter they are, the more resistance they're going to give towards compressing. So you can have a spring wound so that under light loads, like say that little road imperfection over there, the little cracks, you know, pressure cracks in the road, it'll give and be nice and soft and comfy. But as soon as you start loading up the vehicle with weight, for say aggressive driving or you know, something like this, the coils start binding up more and more and giving more resistance. Whereas leaf springs, like what are in that, it's a very fixed set. You've got springs that will bend a certain amount given a certain weight until they're flat, or heaven forbid going the other way. But you've got a certain amount that they'll deform, which will give a certain amount of resistance, and the only way that you can increase that is to give more leaves in the pack, in that spring pack. So now you have more and more and more pressure just sitting there, more resistance to movement. So now it starts riding, even on little bumps like that, it starts riding like an absolute rock. Like it's you might as well not have any suspension, but it will hold up a tremendous amount of weight. So I mean, in that regard, it's fantastic. But I mean, there's a reason why, you know, passenger cars have coil springs, because it rides so nice, and giant dump trucks that they don't care about ride or anything like that have, you know, huge leaf packs, right? But anyways, just thought I'd clarify that. I guess we'll see how this goes. Obviously, there's a big weather system moving in because I'm starting to get a headache too. So yay! Hopefully, I can get this done. Get the rest of that cut up sod and slate rock into the back of this and moved way back there, the edge of our property where it's all kind of bush. But yeah, even where we had that all excavated, I should say, it's actually starting to grow and nice. We haven't put any grass seed down or anything, so yeah, not bad. Anyways, back to this. And thanks to the magic of technology, mere minutes for you, an hour or so for me, and she's unloaded. That's what, on this hill, that looks like. So, it's not bad. Again, stock springs, just 1,500. So yeah, as for what I was doing, by the way, it's a stock spray and bed liner. It's not Rhino liner or Line-X or anything like that. It's factory applied. So I mean, some people rag on it, but you know, it's not bad. That was dropped in from a bucket at just over rail height. So really, can't complain other than the fact that now I have to grab the hose and wash it out. But hey, I've got a nice steep driveway, so with any luck, that'll rinse out nicely. Now for a rake. Spread some of this stuff out a little bit more and pick up all that sod. Yard work never ends. Right, Hudson? Yeah. Alright, and for those interested, very much later at night, there we go. She's all done. Everything's basically cleaned up other than a couple of those stones over there. Those, I think it's slate rocks there. But everything else is tidied up. And you can clearly see what I had done before and what I got done now. Just from what's been washed from the rain and what's not. But, yeah, I like it. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys later.